but it's not true. Of the 167,000 who attended, 25% are new voters, 30% are not Republicans. Data from the GOP chairwoman shows Donald Trump is building out his base, and that media reports the president is only talking to his old voters are wrong.
Auxiliary entered. Sad.
Hollywood actor outed as conservative after being a decent human being. Next. Dr. Taylor Marshall, so Donald Trump tweeted this on July 2nd. Dr. Taylor Marshall authored There's a War on Christianity. And here's the full interview that Trump retweeted and quoted. I want to let you watch it. This is Dr. Taylor Marshall, who's a Catholic scholar, and he's on with Jack Posobiec. I'm going to go out on a limb. I butchered the last name. Roll it.
A Catholic author is giving his take on what might come next as violent protesters continue to demand statues to be removed from public spaces. One America's Jack Posobiec has more from Washington.
I'd like to welcome back here to One America News, Dr. Taylor Marshall, Catholic author. And Dr. Marshall, we've had you on in the past to talk about sort of the Catholic vote and what you can see in terms of voting trends here in 2020. And yet now I wanted to bring you on today because it really seems like Christianity and Catholicism specifically are under attack in America today. And is that how you see things?
Yeah, I think things have changed in America. You know, it's no longer just about a presidential race. I think people are now seeing with these riots and with these hate groups that are emerging, that it's not just about, you know, George Washington or Teddy Roosevelt statues. They're now attacking Christian signs, symbols, crosses, statues. And I think this reveals the heart of the matter, and that is, this is not just politics or really in a war over the heart of civilization. And in the West, we've known that as emerging from Christianity. I know it's not politically correct to say that, but the goodness that we've experienced in our nation emerged from a Christian culture. And these atheists, these socialists, these Marxists, they know that, and they're attacking it.
And now we saw, of course, right here, just a few streets down from where I'm at in Washington, D.C., that historic St. John's Church was set on fire. But we've also seen Catholic statues be attacked. What are some of the Catholic statues that have been attacked in the past few weeks?
Well, yesterday, this was actually in Canada, but 6 Catholic statues were decapitated. There's a perpetual vigil in St. Louis protecting the statue of St. Louis, who was St. Louis IX, a French king from the 1200s. And then in California, we've seen the desecration and the pull down.
This is so boring.
Statues,
Next.
each dedicated to Junipero Serra, who's the...
Sorry, I was losing interest in my own show. In order to think that compliance is the reason masks don't work, you have to believe that it's low in Czech Republic, Spain, France, Israel, Los Angeles, Miami, Argentina, Hungary, Wisconsin, Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio, Hawaii, ignore Sweden, etc. Does that seem likely? The religion of the masks will repeatedly yell, mandates don't mean people are complying. So no one is complying anywhere around the world. The cognitive dissonance required to believe in masks is just mind-boggling. Next. The CDC yesterday. Adults aged 25 to 44 years have experienced the largest average percentage increase in the number of deaths. CDC shows 24,832 deaths for ages 25 to 44 through week 39 of this year. But they only show 5,700 COVID deaths for that same bracket. Guess where the other deaths came from? They came from reaction to the lockdown. Overdoses, suicide, etc. The cure was worse than the disease. Next. Thanks, Janine. Could Weird Austin go red? Local GOP says Democrats are donating to the Republican campaigns in record numbers. I was going to read the article, but I don't feel like it. So you have top Democrats are donating to the Republican campaign because it's gotten so liberal that they're losing moderate Democrats. Next. This is great. Did you really think you were going to outsmart our Jewish friends in Brooklyn from earlier this week when the media won't give your community a fair shake and they only show up to report negative things from a slanted perspective? Sometimes you have no other choice but to get creative. This is the news. Thanks, Kareem. Look at all the people giving. Love you guys. The news trying to make the Jewish people look bad, in trying to give Mayor de Blasio a hand and Governor Cuomo a hand, but our Jewish friends are a step ahead of them. Roll it. That's right, in your face, you hair-sprayed, stupid reporter. Look at them all there at the same time. The media, the enforcement arm of the Fuhrer there. Next. Hey, by the way, before we do next, how could you have that job as a reporter and do your job, knowing you're participating in persecuting Jewish people? Somebody should find out who those two reporters are. And well, I can't finish the sentence or we'll lose our YouTube channel. Next. Bombshell Biden. Bombshell, Biden insider claims he was recipient of the email. Witness Joe and Hunter Biden discussing business. Back to me. This was about 7 minutes ago. So we're breaking this here because we don't have like an editorial board or anything and I can just do what I want. So this just came out about 7 minutes ago that they say there's no ties, that Joe Biden didn't know what his son was doing. If this is true, which I'm reading it on air for the first time with you, it's not looking good. And I know a lot of people don't like Breitbart. You just write off anything they say, but remember, they're just reporting this, so let's see what the sources are in the article. Go ahead. Keep going. A whistleblower CEO and Biden insider, Tony Bobulinski, one of my Polish brothers from another mother, released a public statement on Wednesday evening backing up the reporting of the New York Post from last week and claiming that he personally witnessed Democrat presidential nominee, former Vice President Joe Biden, discussing business deals with his son, Hunter Biden. Sources familiar with the matter told Breitbart News that Tony B. is the person whose allegations and inside information are the centerpiece of a forthcoming investigation by the Wall Street Journal. The Wall Street Journal story has not published yet. Several days after the newspaper staff indicated to some the piece would come out. It's unclear why the Journal has not yet published. My guess, Hillary Clinton has killed